Good morning, everyone. So, in today we are going to discuss about the next module, that is BOT contracts. So, in that BOT contract, we are going to discuss about public-private partnership, that framework, and what are the risks involved in that type of agreements. And generally, BOT contract consists of this concession agreement. Later, we are going to discuss about this relational contracts, that is partnering and alliancing. Okay, so next we are going to discuss about laws, various laws which affect the civil engineers, that are labor laws, sales tax, VAT, service tax, and excise duty. So we are going to discuss about these things. To explain what is BOT, so general long form of this one is build, operate, and transform. So in the previous modules, we have seen the traditional contracts. In traditional contracts, what is there? There is some project which should be executed. Generally, owner will be a government or some any other body. Contractor or any one service provider will come and execute and takes the payment and just moves ahead. So this is a traditional type of contract. So here always ownership is residing with the government only. The contractor is just providing the service. But in PPP partnership, that is public private partnership, in that one of the model is BOT model. Okay, try to understand this concept. That is in PPP, that is public private partnership, there are so many models. So how does it work? So in that there is a big project or a product should be manufactured or something like that. Okay, so here ownership of the project or ownership of the entity initially lies with the government. Later on, to execute that one, that ownership right is given to some construction company. Some construction company, sometimes it is called as a sponsorer, sometimes it is called as a sponsorer. Okay, so this company or this sponsorer will arrange its own funds to execute. That is the major difference here. To execute the project, here government is not paying any money. Government is giving the authority to execute the project, and the payment itself, the funds required to execute this type of project is organized by the sponsorer himself. How there are so many lending institutions such as banks, okay, insurance providers, so many things are there, financial institution. From that he is going to arrange the funds and he will execute this one. Then how this financer or sponsor will get their revenue back? Okay, after the completion of this project, obviously it is a infrastructure project. Okay, something like major road or electric hydroelectric power project or NTPC type of project, thermal power plant, something like that. Later on, after the completion of this project, the whatever the end product is there, no, end product, maybe road, maybe electricity, maybe water. So this end product is purchased by government or public entity, is purchased by government or public entity, and in turn the revenues will be collected by the sponsorer. In turn the revenues or the it is collected by the sponsorer. So generally government will give the ownership of this total project is there, no, ownership of this project is given to sponsorer for so many years. So it is mentioned in the agreement, it is mentioned in the contract. So this type of contracts are called as PPP model or PPP projects. So here public private partnership, public means government entity, private means this sponsor entity, public private partnership. So both these parties, government entity and private entity, will come together and execute this project, and later on the revenue will be collected by the sponsors because government itself is purchasing that product. Electricity is purchased by government, water is purchased by government, or road is purchased by government. In the road, the end users, generally the public, are going to pay the tolls. Like that, revenues is generated after the completion. So this type of agreements are called as concession agreement also. Another name for this PPP model is also called by the name concession type of agreements. Are you getting this point? Okay, so here one of the PPP model is BOT. What do you mean by BOT? Build, operate, transfer. First it is building that one, that project, and later on it is operating that one for so many years, which is called by leasing period or concession period. And later on, after getting sufficient revenue and after getting sufficient profit, after returning the funds to the financial institution, and again it is transfer back to the government, and later on that road or hydroelectric power project or thermal power plant, whatever may be the project, it is again handed over to the owner, that is in this case it is government. This is the brief scenario of the this one. Okay, here. So here what do you mean by public private policy? A partnership between the public and private sector, a partnership between the public and private sector with clear agreement on shared objective for the delivery of mainly public infrastructure. It is delivery of the public infrastructure. Here it is also means arrangement between government statutory entity or government owned entity. So here one side government is there, another side private sector entity, another side it is a private sector entity. For what reason? For the provision of public assets. Here example you can give, public asset means a bridge or a road or public service, through the investment being made or managed by private sector only. This is the major difference. So investment and funding, everything is measured by the private sector only for a specific period of time, that is leasing period or concession period or lending period. It is called as specific period of time where there is a well defined allocation risk between the private sector and public. So whatever the risks are coming no in that executing that project, so that is again shared between private and the public sector. Okay, so here it is like this. Okay, so here we don't have any single particular model for that one. Okay, we can have so many models. There is no single PPP model that can satisfy all the conditions concerning a project. Okay, there is no single model. So it obviously there will be technical and financial different types of features. The most suitable model should be selected taking into account the country's political, legal and socio-cultural circumstances. Okay, like this, the most suitable model is selected. Okay, this is about PPP type. So in the PPP model, triple P model, we have so many types. Okay, one is BOT, that is a BOT toll. Here what is happening? Example you can give a road one, build, operate, transfer. Some company will come, it will take the ownership of that particular stretch of road, it will execute that project or build that road, and for 10 years or 15 years it is going to collect the tolls and the revenue will be generated, and later on after 15 years that stretch of road is again, that ownership is handed over to government back. So next is build, operate, own, transfer. This is just a modification. Here joint venture is coming. Okay, management contract, BOT type directly. BOT or annuity means annually it is forming. Build, own, operate, design, build, finance, operate, transfer. PPP model, build, operate, own, share, transfer. These are some of the models, so which generally comes under PPP model. There are some small difference, but major point to be considered here in this is the funds are arranged by private sector only. Ownership will be a little bit transferred to the private sector only. Okay, government will be generally the end user. Government will be generally the end user or purchasing the product generated. Okay, like this it is going to happen. Okay, what is BOT? It is essentially a form of leasing where government is generally called as project sponsor allows a private entrepreneur. So it is called as promoter. So what are the functions he is going to do? A BOT project is having all the functions he is going to do. What is the design, finance, build and infrastructure facility? So typically here design, finance, build. So in the traditional one, financing is done by government, but in this BOT model or triple P model, government is not at all engaging in the financing one. Okay, so here the promoter, the company which is executing, is permitted to collect the user fee, is permitted to collect the tolls or user fee user fee and operate the facility for a specific period, that is some 10 years, 15 years. And what is that called as? It is called as the concession period. It is called as concession period. It's generally called as concession period. Okay, I think it's understood. During which, in the concession period, what is happening? The whatever the cost is bear by the that project, no, that plus profit. So cost plus profit will be collected in the form of toll during the concession period. Okay, so like that. So this arrangement, what is happening after the concession period? Again, the ownership facility is transferred to the government. You remember this point. After this concession period, after this leasing time, okay, after getting sufficient cost plus profit, the ownership is going to return to the government entity or the government entity. Okay, so what is happening here? This arrangement facilitates the implementation of capital intensive infrastructure project. What is happening here? Intensive infrastructure projects are, big, 1,000 crores, 2,000 crores. So all those are governed, all those are which for government it will be very difficult to arrange the funds, no. So for that reason, for big type of infrastructure project, here funds from outside the budget allocation, every country has its budget. Okay, every year budget will be made. So in that budget allocation, if it is not made, still these projects can be executed by outside of the budget. How? By engaging the triple P model or engaging the BOT model. Here what is happening? Risks are involved to the private sector. Here again risks are again involved to the private sector. So here what is how the concession period is determined? Very important. Explain BOT or explain concession agreement, or explain briefly the concession period. So very important. Okay, so concession period is determined primarily by the length of time needed for the facility revenue stream to pay off the company's debt and provide a reasonable rate of return for its effort. Means what? After how the time is fixed? Concession period. So during this concession period means what? After the project executed, after the project is executed, some additional time is given. In that time, the users or the end users will going to pay the services offered by this project to that executed company. So in that users fee, the company is going to get the cost of this project plus a reasonable profit, for this project executed. Okay, this is how it is generated. Okay, so this is about BOT model or triple P model. How the nature is there? Nature. BOT projects are generally public infrastructure projects. These are generally a public infrastructure projects which employ a particular form of structured financing. Here financing is done in a structured way, such as a consortium is formed. Okay, because these are very complex by the nature. These are very complex. Number of parties are involved, so many number of parties are involved, and corresponding lot of contracts will be taking place. We will see one flow chart there, you are going to understand. Okay, furthermore, each party is dependent upon the performance of not only its counterpart but also the performance of all the party. Because when you see that diagram, only that project is not going to take place between government and this company. Okay, bankings are there, shareholders will be there, suppliers are there. Okay, operation and maintenance company will be there. So many companies will be engaging in executing this PPP model project. So overall performance of all the companies, of all the parties involved is very important here. Okay, if any one is underperforming, the total project revenue which is going to generated future, that is going to get affected. Okay, that is very important. Okay, so like that you are going to understand this one. Okay, so here structure of BOT project, what is happening here? So in this BOT arrangement, private sector designs, very important in that structure. In that private structure is first it will design, it will build the infrastructure, it will finance it, okay, and it will construct, it will own it for some time, it will operate it, and it will maintain it. So many operation is done by that private sector company in BOT model. And how many years it is going to do? Generally it is 20 to 30 years. Okay, this is called as concession period. Very important. The private sector which is doing this work in the concession period is called as concessionary. It's called as concessionary. Remember this word, concessionary. The agreement between private sector and government entity is called as concession agreement. Very important. The private sector which is engaging the work is called as concessionary, and the agreement between government and this concessionary is called as concession agreement. And the period over which ownership rights are transferred to get the revenues and profit and cost is called as concession period. Okay, so traditionally such project provide for the infrastructure to be transferred to the government at the end of period. Obviously after that sufficient revenues are generated at this particular point of time, the ownership is going to transfer back to this government entity or public entity. What is the important hallmark for the financing here? From the financer's point of view, what is the very important point here? Here you see the lenders. The lenders means the money giving entity. So that project is going executed. One side government is there, one side that construction company is there, or we can call it as promoter, sorry, sponsorer. So who is giving money? So this is asking money to this bankers, no, the lender. So they will see only about the project, whether that project is giving sufficient revenue after the completion of that one, whether that project is able to generate the revenue expected. It is not going to see the company's records, how it is done in traditional contracts. That is not going to take place here. The lending companies or the borrowing lending entity which is financing that one is looking for the project, that is what the lenders to the project look at the earnings of the project. This earning of the project is looked down there as the source from which loan repayments will be made, okay. The credit assessment is based on the project, not on the borrowing entity. Here it is not looking for company's performance, it is looking at the project performance. This type of financing where the lenders are looking at project assets or project only, then it is called as a limited recourse. Very important term. In the limited recourse, the lending company giving money or finance that one only looking for the project revenue, not from the company's side. Okay, so this type is called as a limited recourse. So because lenders are given only a limited recourse against the borrower, it is limited recourse against the borrower means what? Borrower is not able to give that money. In other words, you can tell that if and only if project is able to generate the revenue, then only the lenders are going to give the finance. Then this type of arrangement is called as limited recourse. Okay, most project finance structures are very complex in nature. All the agreements are very complex. So here what is happening? Risk is shared between the different parties. Okay, each risk is usually assumed by the party which can most efficiently and cost effectively control or handle. Because lot of parties are involved, all the risks are identified and shared between the different parties. Very important this term, limited recourse. Because if company is not taking the responsibility, what is happening? Bank or lenders is going to get suffer a loss. So in that way, for that purpose, a project appraisal is done in a very accuracy, in an accurate manner. If project is able to generate the revenue, then only the finance is made. Okay, so this is about financing of BOT project. Very important. In this it is limited recourse. This is a very important term. Okay. So here initially the risks are identified in the initial stage only, and how they will occur, and everything is shared or allocated between the different party. So depending upon the risk, the insurers are going to play a very important role, because it's a big project, it is going to run for so many years. Okay, here the insurance are going to play a very important role. Here risk is also very high, reward is also very high. So the risk